the city of today, where we give you the biggest and the latest coming from the world of sport. And on the show this morning, we give you the review and the preview. The FIFA Women World Cup set to go down tomorrow, and of course talk about athletics, and not to forget transfer stories making the round in the world of football. My name is Ayomikun Adeniyi. Of course, you can simply call me Purity, your sporting investor. And of course, I'll be your host for today. I'm not alone in the studio. I have Samson Balogun with me in the studio. Samson, good morning to you and welcome to Sport Today on Honor 103.5 FM.
Yeah, good morning, Ayomikun. It's a wonderful time to talk sport on Honor 103.5. Yes, it's been a long time out. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do sports this morning.
Definitely, it's good to have you on the show. Of course, I have Sheye with me also. He'll be joining us on the show this morning. Sheye, good morning to you and welcome to Sport Today.
Good morning. Sheye is my name, and thank you one more time for allowing me to do this for the second time today.
Mastercraft on the beat.
Alright, we'll start with football, and of course talking about the FIFA Women World Cup set to go down tomorrow. We'll talk about the group stage from Group A to Group B, and of course Group C in Group B, where we have the likes of Australia, Canada, Nigeria, and of course the Republic of Ireland. And on Friday will be our first game, talking about the Super Falcons of Nigeria, and of course we are ready to take on the Olympic champion, talking about Canada. It's going to be a very interesting game, so to say, because the Super Falcons team are set right there at the camp, and of course they are preparing massively for that game. Start with you, Sheye. I don't know about your preparation and the feeling towards the Super Falcons of Nigeria, but then I know you are following through their processing right there at the World Cup.
Well, the Super Falcons has been one of the successful teams as far as the nation is concerned. They've won the highest number of trophies in our football history. But judging by the preparation of the Super Falcons towards this World Cup, I'm not sure I see them getting out of the group. Judging by the preparations they made, the controversy, the back and forth between the NFF and Randy Waldrum, and judging by the team they are going to face in the group stage, from Australia being the host to Canada being the Olympic champion and Ireland, well, we can say they can get something out from Ireland, but it's going to be tough. I'm not ruling them out too, but based on reality, the reality check is it's going to be very, very difficult for the Super Falcons to get out of that group.
To you, Samson, a lot of people have been talking about the preparation of the Super Falcons, starting from the NFF and of course the leadership of the team. Several issues and several controversies surrounding them. From the coach to the NFF. Going forward, do you think this will affect the performance of this team in this World Cup?
Yeah, basically it has always been like that. Sometimes we get caught off guard. And these things are things we should have prepared for ahead of time. But then you see controversies of all kinds, of all sorts, brewing before the tournament per se. And then when the tournament comes, you begin to wonder what exactly were they doing before the tournament. And then you get to see things like, okay, so coach will not take them to the World Cup. You have to drop so coach. These are things that actually affect the psyche of even the players. They got to work with a certain coach during the qualifying stage, and then there were controversies as regards who takes them to the World Cup, whose contract is going to be renewed and whose contract is not going to be renewed. See, basically, when you are preparing for a tournament and you know exactly what you are doing, if it is going to take you 2 years to prepare for the tournament, play qualifying phase, and then go to the World Cup per se, then give that coach probably a 2.5-year deal. Then after qualification, he takes them to the World Cup, and then the contract expires. Then you begin to negotiate. That will be off the playing ground. But then when the tournament is around the corner, you begin to discuss contracts. It is wrong. So mentally, these players are beginning to wear out. They are beginning to feel like, okay, so we have worked with this person. They bring in another person, then it brings another style of play, another angle to playing football, and then becomes a problem. So it has always been like that for even for all the male teams. They get issues before the tournament, which is very, very wrong. See, countries who are serious with their lives don't do these things. take a look at Argentina, Brazil. You don't see controversies ahead of the tournament because they have prepared for this. 4 years to the tournament. You know, you play World Cup every 4 years for male teams. Immediately they are done with a particular tournament, they are already rolling out for the next one. But here we wait, we fold our arms until it is, you know, die minute. It is a time when we now feel like, oh, let's start rushing. One thing that you know that gets me angry a lot of times is that when we are qualifying for tournaments, we begin to do mathematics. When others prepared, you know, for the whole stuff, then we begin to look like, okay, if Eswatini loses and
this one wins,
Algeria wins, and then Cameroon draws, then we qualify. That is wrong. If you are really serious with your life,
you plan ahead.
You plan ahead.
Do your primary assignment yourself.
That's it. You don't do 2 + 2 making 4. See, you don't need God for you to add 2 + 2 to 4. You don't need God. It is the basic rule of mathematics. 2 + 2 is equal to 4. But then the moment you start praying that, oh Lord, let this 2 + 2 become 4, then it means that you are your own problem.
Talking about preparation, I think we are used to this when it comes to Nigerian football.
Absolutely.
Finances issue also is one of our major problems. Not paying bonuses on time, and not paying allowances on time. The Super Falcons team also, we have issues surrounding finances and payment of allowances and all that. It started from the AFCON when they boycotted the training section and all that. Now going to the World Cup, we are still, we are still dealing with these financial issues. You know, there was a time we have rumors that the players are going to boycott matches and all that at the World Cup. So
when I read that particular headline, I laughed because now, take for instance, they are going to play 3 group games. They are not even sure of qualifying from that group
in first place,
and they are saying they want to boycott the first game. So what exactly are they going there to do? It is not even their fault, but the fault of the management. There is a body that has been set aside to oversee the affairs of football in the country, and they are not doing their job. So if they are doing exactly what they are meant to do, what other countries do, look at what actually happened in recent times. Algeria and Senegal, take for example. You know, they started winning tournaments after tournaments, be it youth or be it
senior category.
They were winning, and people thought, okay, it was just a project that started overnight. No, it was a 10-year project that began to materialize, and then we started seeing it when they started materializing. But then we are not ready to do that project. They will lie to you and tell you, they want to do grassroots football. Look, see, a certain sporting minister went to his own hometown to build a 5-a-side football pitch in a compound that is not even as big as this studio. So how do you intend to raise players from that part? See, we are jokers. We are jokers.
Actually, I believe that.
Because we play too much with everything. When I got there, I think Obazari Oladosu was also there. When I got there, I was like, okay, are you saying after all the hype, this is exactly where you came to launch with the minister? Then it's a joke. So imagine that person that did that kind of project in his own hometown, his own pet project. What exactly is he going to do for the country? How is he going to develop sport in the country? So it's a question that begs for so many answers. Then when I read those headlines, I was like, we have started again.
Okay, away from that, let's talk about the chances of other African teams in Group C, where we have Costa Rica, Japan, Spain, and of course Zambia. And of course, if you follow through the Zambian team, they are playing quality friendly matches compared to the Nigerian side. The Nigerian side play against the Lion FC, which we trashed 8 goals to 1. But then people are saying about the quality of those friendly matches.
That's another problem you are facing. That's another problem. Your mates are playing quality friendly games and you are beginning to select teams that you can easily defeat. See, if you are serious with your life, as I said earlier, if you want to play a competition of such magnitude, you go there. When you get to that particular when you are ready, you begin to play teams that are stronger than you. They prepare your mentality for the game. So when you meet teams that are your match, then you have that mental edge over them. Like, okay, we were able to slug it out against a certain team that was stronger than us. Definitely, we can defeat this team if we did so well against the team we played in the qualification. Look at when England wants to go to the World Cup. Do they start playing teams like Eswatini?
No.
It is wrong.
They play big matches.
They play big games. If Brazil is going to play a big tournament, who do they play? They don't start playing a team like Haiti. They will not do that. They will go for teams that are stronger or probably of
that will give them tough time.
Tough competition. They prepare the mentality for the game.
All right, Che, in Group G, where we have the African champion, talking about South Africa, they will be in the same group with Argentina, Italy, and of course Sweden. South Africa also have their own issue also right there in their federation. But then going to this World Cup, do you think they can just, stick out of this group? Considering that we have Sweden, Italy, and of course Argentina.
It's going to be tough. where I'm staying down, it's going to be tough because the same problem Nigeria is facing in the issue of finances, administrative problem, the same problem South Africa is facing. I had this story like prior to the preparations for the World Cup, they had issues on where they will play matches, the issue of match bonuses, this back and forth thing is still affecting South African football. So, judging by the team they will face, Sweden is a big powerhouse when it comes to European football. They are very big powerhouse. Italy, well, we can't say much for Italy and Argentina. That's very, very, very going to be tough. Well, compared to Nigeria, whereby it's like a lot of people have written them off, I still see South Africa getting out of that group as the best loser. That's the like maximum expectation I'm giving South Africa. At least ending up top, because I still think they can slug it out with countries like Italy and Argentina. So, but for Sweden, it's going to be tough because Sweden is a very big powerhouse when it comes to European football.
Okay, captain, in Group H, where we have Morocco, South Korea, Germany, and Colombia, and we saw the development right there at the Moroccan national team, even from their main side, and even in their female football, they are giving us quality football from that side. Going to this World Cup, they were playing against Germany, Colombia, and South Korea. They are only the team in Africa that we don't have any issue when it comes to match bonuses and other preparation. Going forward, do you think they can make it out of this group?
Sorry, I'm not too sure they can, because when it's the same group where you have Germany and South Korea. These are, strong powerhouses when it comes to female football. They are doing exceptionally well. South Korea might not really go too far in that competition, but then when it comes to group stages, they tell you exactly what they are made of. They are very strong. They run around and chase every ball on the field of play. So if you are not of equal match on the field of play in terms of strength, you are going to have issues with them. And take a critical look at the fact that they still have Germany, who is also a strong team when it comes to female football there, of all age categories. So it tells you that they have a very, very long way to go. Yes, they have Colombia. Colombia also in recent times, they have, not really been convincing, but then you have to understand the fact that if care is not taken, they are going to have to slug it out with Colombia for the best loser in that group. And if they are able to get a result from South Korea and then they are able to defeat Colombia, then it makes it a lot easier for them to get out of that group.
Okay, let's talk about the chances of who would definitely win this tournament at the end of the day. But before then, remember in 1991 when this competition started in China, it was won by USA after defeating Norway in the final by 2-1. And in the second edition, we were hosted by Sweden, and of course Norway winning that final. And in the 1999, where USA hosted the tournament, they won the tournament by beating China in the final. And in 2003, they won the tournament. Germany won the tournament by beating Sweden in the final. And in the last edition, which was hosted by France, it was won by USA. Samson Balogun, it's looking like USA is dominating the female football right now. They won it back to back, and of course they are bringing big challenges to this tournament also.
Well, it's not a coincidence that they are doing exceptionally well in this kind of arena. When you look at US, you have teams players who are already in college. They are in college, but they are playing football. Take for example, Nigeria had to hire a coach who is a college coach.
A college coach.
He tells you, I don't want to mention him. He's a college coach. Yeah,
they call him Nuga coach.
So he's a college coach, but Nigeria eventually had to hire him. So it tells you that in America, for every corner, there has to be a kind of sport you do, even if you have to be skating. Okay. So it tells you that they are really prepared. They are always prepared. So for me, that they are doing this is not even something. It's not the news.
Okay. All right, guys. You are still on to sport today on Honor 103.5 FM. And we're still talking sports in a big platform. But right about now, we'll be going on a short commercial break. And when we return, we discuss stories coming from athletics.
On 103.5 FM.
Oh la la! Have you been to a top-notch hotel in Ibadan? A one-stop at Hotel The Field in Bodija is an experience you don't want to miss. The aesthetic edifice is laced with 24 hours electricity supply, AC tight rooms, serene environment, courteous staff, and all comfort you can ever think of. Don't go too far. Sample our services. We have superior bed space, executive bed space, deluxe, studio, big space for all occasions, with all the comforts you can ever think of within and outside the country, Nigeria. Visit number 1B, Ululunge Street, Salami Estate, Bodija, Ibadan, or call 08033-950-705 or tell the field one stop for comfort.
On 103.5 FM.
Alright, so welcome back. We're still on to sport today on Honor 103.5 FM, and of course I still have the guys in the studio, and of course giving you the latest and the biggest coming from the world of sports. So away from football, for now let's talk athletics. A good one for Toby Amuson, back-to-back win for him, for her rather, but then a sad one coming from the Athletic Federation this morning, because he has been charged for anti-doping cases like that. So we've been having issues of anti-doping surrounding Nigerian athletes over recent, and of course Toby Amuson, she's the world champion currently, also has been charged for anti-doping violation. So Shaya, I want to start with you. I don't know, but for now she's still under investigation. We never can tell, but then what is going on?
Well, like I said, like you just said, now he's still under investigation, and it's quite sad. This is not a news we should be hearing, judging by the fact that she's preparing for a competition, and with the momentum she is carrying, like there's a lot of hopes and drive from Nigerians. Like she created a buzz around athletics after she won that athletics championship. So I really hopefully I hope she gets out of the situation she finds herself. Well, it's just allegations first, and investigations are being carried out. Hopefully she gets vindicated.
but then we've been having cases when it comes to Nigerian athletes. The last athlete that ran for us right there at the Commonwealth Games have been stripped off of their title after one of them has been confirmed. Violation against anti-doping also. Why are these all issues surrounding Nigerian athletes?
Well, basically, Amuson's case is a little bit different.
For now.
She's been charged to have missed a test.
Yeah.
To have missed some tests.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but then it doesn't mean that she has violated any form of, infringed on any form of, rules that guides doping when it comes to athletics. But basically, according to her this morning, she said, "I am a clean athlete. I am regularly." Maybe more than the usual, tested by the AIU. I was tested within days of my third missed test. It means that after she missed the third one, she was tested and she got out clean. So they are only trying to, charge her for how she missed, those 3 tests. Okay. But then even if she's been charged, she can always work it out. She will be tested, and then if any substance is found in her bloodstream, then she will be charged, and then stripped of her titles or something like that. But then the way I'm saying it, she probably might be fined. But then it doesn't mean that she has to be breaking rules, and it doesn't mean that she has actually violated any form of rules. Basically, she will be tried somehow, and then eventually, if she gets tested and there is nothing to show for it, then basically she has to apologize and then move on, probably fined or something.
All right, away from that, let's go back to football, and this time around we'll be talking about transfer stories making the round in the world of football. And this morning Chelsea is in the news, and of course they are building, they have interest in Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire might be making that move to Chelsea. I can see the smile on Captain face.
Well, Maguire to Chelsea. Well, Chelsea in their banter era now want to sign Maguire. That's funny. But notwithstanding, Maguire is a good player. Like, he commanded an 80 million move to Manchester United, has cemented his place in the English national team. despite the fact that he hasn't been starting games for Manchester United, he still guarantees a spot in the England national team. Despite the fact that there was this back and forth between Maguire in Manchester United, he still played in the World Cup and he did well actually. That shows that he has the quality. But
when it comes to club football, do you think he has the quality to play in that Chelsea side?
I feel Maguire is not a bad player.
Okay.
Personally speaking, I don't think Maguire. I'm not a United fan. I'm not a fan of Maguire, but I think he's not a bad player. I just think his confidence dropped, and due to this criticism, I think it's got to him. But I don't think him going to Chelsea is the best for him personally. I think he should probably trigger a loan move to maybe a team like Aston Villa, Tottenham. Yeah. But him going to Chelsea, whereby it's a new system entirely, and there will be a lot of pressure on him. And if he doesn't get it right at Chelsea, that's probably the end of his career. So, but it's still a rumor anyway. But I don't think Chelsea fans will be happy about Maguire moving to Chelsea.
Captain, I can see the smile on your face when I mention Harry Maguire coming to Chelsea.
Well, it's more or less like him moving to Chelsea is more or less like compounded his woes. He's not really a bad player, if you ask me. Maguire it's just a case of grace to grass, because he was at the point exalted as being one of the best defenders in England. They commanded an 80 million move to Manchester United. They started not too badly, but then over time his confidence deepened and he had issues starting in the team. But that did not stop him from making it into the English national team.
Yeah.
So if you are not really doing well, if you are not needed, you will not be anywhere close to the
Three Lions. Yeah.
So basically, all he has to do is to find a way to rebuild his own confidence. Going to Chelsea, where the pressure is already mounting.
Yeah.
I'm not even already mounting. There is pressure in that team already. They are already having issues, and you are going there to do what exactly? You are going to give yourself problems. So even if there is an offer to go to Chelsea, he should personally tell them, look, I want to go to a team where I can rebuild
but I think he still want to stay at United, because when he was stripped out of captaincy, he said he still want to fight for his place right there at United.
That's a sign of a serious player. You know, you have players who are like, okay, I know what I'm capable of doing. No matter how well you pressure me to leave this team, I'm still going to stay and command a starting 11 shirt. And then we have seen players who have actually done that in time past, when they were condemned, and then eventually they came back and said, okay, look, I still have what it takes to play in this team, and they did it. So Maguire is not an exception. He can actually do it. So if given the opportunity to stay in that Manchester United team, probably there's an injury to players who they are really looking up to, Martinez or probably Rafael Varane, who has been coping some sort of injuries in recent times. He has not really been consistent in that Manchester United starting level. So it tells you that they still need a player like Harry Maguire in that team, who will come in and still do his job. Yeah, he's going to defend. But one thing I know about Harry Maguire is that he's a player that overdoes things. You understand? Now overdo the killer. So if he plays just basic simple football, yes, he's a sweeper. He knows how to use the ball at his feet. But then you don't have to overdo things. When you get the ball, control your ball, give the ball to the next person. But he wants to run to the midfield and then he loses the opportunity. By the time he comes back, at the back of the net. So these are things he should correct in his game. You don't have to be, and then for Manchester United, I'm just sorry. If you have Harry Maguire in your starting 11, and you should put Andre Onana at the back. See, these are players who are overconfident. So they are going to have issues. You need an orthodox central defender, someone who is not going to sweep too much. Just play the ball to players who are serious with their lives. Otherwise, there will be issues. All
right, guys, it's nice doing this with you this beautiful Wednesday morning. Captain, your parting shots.
Well, I'm just going to advise Harry Maguire, stay put at Manchester United, or probably find a loan move to a smaller team, rebuild your confidence and come back stronger.
All right, it's time to say our BYE on the show this beautiful Wednesday morning. Until we come your way again, this is Sport Today on Honor 103.5 FM. My name is Ayomikun Adeniyi. Of course, you can simply call me Purity. Stay blessed, stay out of trouble. I'm out of the studio.